This evening, did the Solicitor General quit? Was he fired or is he still on the job? Guyanese Canadian who killed his daughter killed himself. Mash is in the air, led by the children. In the region, St. Lucia police officers get human rights training. And internationally, can Galaxy Fold S10 range help Samsung tame falling sales? Greetings to our viewers in Guyana and around the world. Today is Thursday, February 21st, 2019, and this edition of Headline News is now being streamed live on Facebook and YouTube. I am Baby Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. The 41-year-old Guyanese Canadian man who was charged with first-degree murder of his 11-year-old daughter in Brampton, Canada, has succumbed to his self-inflicted injuries on Wednesday. Rupesh Rajkumar was arrested around midnight on February 14th and was admitted to the Sunnybrook Hospital with gunshot wounds hours after his daughter's body was found in his Brampton home apartment following an Amber Alert. The child lived with her mother but was celebrating her birthday with her father on the day he murdered her. Her mother said in a written statement, "She touched a lot of lives with her laughter and her contagious smile. It breaks my heart to know I will no longer be seeing that smile." Rajkumar died on the same day his daughter was laid to rest. Giselle's school children got into the Mashramani mood, decked out in their cultural garb and paraded on the streets around their school. Esther Sobers was on hand to witness it and file this report.
To commemorate Mashramani, Giselle's Educational Institute ensured that their students were a part of the activities leading up to the Grand Mashramani celebrations slated for the 23rd of February. Today at the school, it wasn't school as usual, as all students from the nursery to the secondary level were dressed in their cultural wear depicting the 6 races in Guyana. It was the school's annual culture and parade day.
Every year what we do, we celebrate our ethnic day and we walk them according to how they came in Guyana, from the armor rangers straight on to the indentured laborers. And so we walk them around the community all over, and we do chants, and we also, celebrate our ethnic day in such a reality way that, even to the community, they come and they line the streets.
Over 300 students paraded the streets along the school's community in the Queenstown area as they were entertained by drummers as they danced and chanted folk songs which were much delight to the passers-by and residents of the community. The theme for MASH is celebrating MASH 49 with victory in mind. One student from the institute spoke of what Mashramani meant to her.
Mashramani means hard work after celebration, and this is the time we've been working all the time and still working, but this is the time just to celebrate with my peers and have a good time also.
The nursery school students displayed their patriotism by singing "Let Us Cooperate for Guyana." For Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Still on the note of children's MASH, the children of the Shell Daycare and Play School on Smythe Street took to the streets today. This is now an annual event for the school. The children, dressed in their red and white and green and white, got a taste of the Mashramani flavor as they waved their flags and danced along the route. The school has about 100 children, but only the parents and guardians of about 40 of them participated in the spectacle. The parade today went just around the block of the school as music was provided by one of the pushcart music vendors. School tours are always a delight. The children get to visit factories, offices, and institutions, and they learn a variety of things. Today, the Horuru Academy visited our station and even assisted with the news construct. Wendell Jeffrey assisted in guiding the tour.
We are from Horuru Academy. Thank you, Channel 2, for giving us the opportunity to visit your studio. Happy Mashramani!
About 30 students from the Horuru Academy in the Upper Berbice River toured Channel 2 Headline News today. The children expressed their desires to practice a range of vocations, including lawyers, engineers, nurses, medical doctors, and journalists. The children were shown aspects of the TV operations, and some of them tried their hand at manning the equipment. One of the female students, Tamika Lambert, accepted the challenge to act as a reporter and even read a script.
The Horuru Academy visited the Channel 2 Headline News studio today. I got a chance to be a reporter for the day. The Academy, which is located in the Upper Berbice River, has about 100 students. My name is Tamika Lambert, and we are happy to have visited the station, and we wish our viewers all the best.
Yay! For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. Don't go away. Coming up after the break, Stabrook News is sticking to their story that the Solicitor General quit over the no confidence motion court mix-up, and Literary and Visual Arts Street Fair on Main Street displays Guyanese talents. But before that, here are today's foreign currency exchange rates.
For the latest in news from Guyana, the region, and beyond, visit our website, headlinenewsguyana.com.
Hello, baby. Yeah. It's knocked away from Young Huang. Yo, why you gotta get away with this credit, buddy? I reckon you got to from blah blah. You actually gain, but it's not you that buy back the credit when it's done. Buy back because she from Fab 5?
Activate the GTT Fab 5 plan today. For only 5,005, you get free unlimited calls to 4 of your closest family and friends, 5 gigs of data plus 250 text messages, and your Fab 5 friends can call you for free. GTT Fab 5.
Wait. So who we putting as we Fab 5? Yours.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princeton Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
Listen and hear me good. It's Matrimony in Guyana, and Clearance got this big mash down sale. Thursday the 24th and Friday the 22nd of February. Half off Nike sneakers. 25% off men's short pants, jeans, jerseys, caps, and selected slippers. 25% off Kenneth Cole and Levi's. Half off selected ladies' jeans, tops, dresses, rompers, loafers, sandals, sneakers. Remember, Thursday the 24th and Friday the 22nd of February. Yes! Clearance mash down the price for mash! Clearance, always keeping you in style.
Welcome back. A 54-year-old logger tragically died yesterday. Andrew Park of Powis Crescent, Amelia's Ward, Linden, was crushed when a log slid from a log loader machine, which was being driven by another employee. He was at the time attached to the Ping Logging Company, which operates at Kamaka Region 10. He was employed with the company for the last 10 years. It was reported Parks was rushed to the Linden Hospital complex, where doctors fought but failed to save his life. Park's wife, Ermila, said she heard the news of her husband's demise at around 11 a.m. yesterday and is still in shock. He was the father of two and sole breadwinner of his family. The operator of the heavy-duty machine from which the log fell is in police custody assisting with the investigation. Esther Sobers shared with us her visit to this year's Literary and Visual Arts Fair.
Today, there was another one of the numerous Mashramani activities hosted by the Central Mashramani Committee. This morning, the annual Literacy and Visual Arts Fair was held along Main Street. The fair, which was a two-day event, allowed several governmental departments and local artists to engage the public with their services and products. Taking part in the fair was the National Center for Research Development, NCERT. NCERT plays an integral role in the educational sector as they plan and implement educational programs across the country. Their booth highlighted special educational needs for children.
The materials help them to access the curriculum. So you might find a child that might not be able to count. So we would use like the abacus, and it would, so they can have tactile learning. They can actually see 1, 2, 3.
The Ministry of Social Protection booth had a number of books and materials which were used to encourage patrons to read on women empowerment and social issues. So after the fair, can persons be able to access these books or get information about the various things that you have to offer at the moment?
These books are available at the Ministry, at the Water and Cornell Street, next to the fire station, and any member of the public can come and use them there.
On display also were some locally made items by Guyanese at some very affordable prices.
It's Miss Debbie Hargile. I'm the chairman for Mahaika Women's Group. We are basically over 20 women, and we do scented candles and creative craft. We have a few here. We have panty bags, other way bags. We have decorated bottles. We have the scented candles and stuff.
My name is Selena Constantine, and I started doing art about 4 years ago, and these are some of my work.
Tell me a bit about this painting.
Well, I did this painting 2 days ago actually.
2 days ago?
Yeah,
Right.
I like the Rastafarian culture, that's why I did one.
We caught up with an overseas-based couple. They ensured that they supported local Guyanese products, even as they are eagerly awaiting to be part of the Mashramani celebrations.
My wife and I usually come, so we go hang out to the mash and have a good time. Mash up, they say.
Yeah, I enjoy Guyana. It has a lot to offer, and it's fun to be here. People are fantastic.
What about our food?
Oh, I love your food. I love your food. Yeah.
The two-day fair ended today. However, patrons can further enjoy Mashramani activities before the 23rd of February. For Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. The Stabroek newspapers say that they are not changing their story that the Solicitor General quit the AG's office in disgust. The newspaper is saying that he left after a fallout over his role in the misfiling of the appeal to reopen the government. Here is Wendell Jeffrey.
Stabroek News reported today that the Solicitor General Nigel Hawke resigned with immediate effect yesterday, shortly after the Court of Appeals debacle over the incorrect filing of matters relating to the no confidence motion. However, PNC supporter and president of the Caribbean Guyana Institute for Democracy, Rickford Burke, posted on his Facebook page that Hawke had not resigned from his position. In his post, Burke said that the Sabrok News report is absolutely false and malicious. Burke went on to say that Hawke had not resigned and will not resign from his position. When Channel 2 Headline News contacted the editor-in-chief of the Sabrok News, we were told that they were sticking by their story that Hawke had indeed resigned his position. Reports reaching Channel 2 Headline News is that the newly hired Solicitor General was blamed for the state's matter being rejected, as it was he who was responsible for preparing and filing the motion. Two of the inconsistencies in the state's filing were the omission of some of the respondents and the mix-up in the date of the summons. The government of Guyana remains fallen and resigned, as the Justice of Appeal, Rishi Persad, did not set a new date to hear the state's case for a stay of the Chief Justice's ruling. Chief Justice Roxanne George Wiltshire last month ruled that the no-confidence motion against the Granger administration was lawful and that the government is resigned. The government is seeking to overturn that ruling. Our efforts to get a comment on the matter from the AG office was not effective. For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. Don't go away. Coming up after the break, St. Lucia police officers get human rights training. And can the Galaxy Fold S10 range help Samsung team foreign sales? But first, here's the bridge retraction schedule.
What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you have a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Listen and hear me good. It's Matrimony in Guyana, and clearance got this big mash down sale. Thursday the 24th and Friday the 22nd of February. Half off night sneakers. 25% off men's short pants, jeans, jerseys, caps, and selected slippers. 25% off Kenneth Cole and Levi's. Half off selected ladies' jeans, tops, dresses, rompers, loafers, sandals, sneakers. Remember, Thursday the 24th and Friday the 22nd of February. Yes! Clearance, mash down the price for mash! Clearance, always keeping you in style.
Switch over to GTT right now, no. Because all this time and money I waste on calls alone can just send up my blood pressure.
You've come to the right place. Really? Once you're switched over with our network, you can activate our Fab 5 plan. With our Fab 5 plan, you can enjoy free unlimited calls with 4 family and friends.
You got to be kidding me.
You will also get 5 gigabytes of data with 250 text messages.
You got to be kidding me.
And your chosen 4 can also call you for free.
You got to be kidding me.
Activate the GTT Fab 5 plan today. For only 5,005, you get free unlimited calls to 4 of your closest family and friends, 5 gigs of data plus 250 text messages, and your Fab 5 friends can call you for free. GTT Fab 5.
Welcome back. Now for regional news. The Royal St. Lucia Police Force is receiving training in human rights in an attempt to lift the LUCIA law. In February, the force invited a professor from the Howard University College of Medicine to provide expertise on the matter. HTS News 4 Gina Philippe reports.
Law enforcement officials are taking the necessary steps to protect and respect human rights. In 2013, the United States imposed LUCIA law sanctions on the island's security forces over alleged extrajudicial killings during the 2010-2011 Operation Restore Confidence. From February 11th to the 15th, officers from various departments of the police force were exposed to the 30 articles of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights.
As we look to celebrate 40 years of trials, and it's symbolic as we look to celebrate 40 years of trials. We've gone through the trials and even getting from there. We're not going to complain anymore, but we will do what we have to do to clear ourselves, to make sure that the men and women who are implicated at some point, we would have represented them to that position where we could say, hey, here is the position. Evidence, no evidence. Let us move past these things and let us ensure that these men can reintegrate into the system, can come back and provide the same level of professionalism, that same professional levels to our people of St. Lucia.
The National Security Minister indicated in 2018 that the U.S. would only lift the sanctions following credible prosecutions. Course facilitator, Howard University College of Medicine professor Dr. Edwin Powell says the next step is to build trust with the public and show intentions of rectifying the issue.
The impacts report in the LUCIA law that was actually levied against St. Lucia Police Force by the U.S. government, mainly the State Department and the Department of Defense. I think that's to actually get past that. I think it's going to take some efforts, but there's low-hanging fruit. One low-hanging fruit is to actually make sure that the police force is actually trained in human rights, understanding the fundamental rights of all citizens here in St. Lucia, and we've done that. Number 2, engaging the public, making sure the public knows that the police force is actually serious about that.
Dr. Powell says officers also need to determine how the Universal Declaration of Human Rights can be applied to unique situations in the country.
By introducing them to various historical philosophers, they were able to look at it from a historical perspective and then bring it to contemporary, started talking about contemporary philosophers and being in a room, being together in a consortium together, and really, I think, vetting what each one of those 30 articles mean, how to actually relate those 30 articles as well as the preambles back to the St. Lucia's Constitution. And I think that's what is the relevant and germane type of work that we wanted to do, and how the connections, the intersectionality that we wanted to actually bring to bear. And I think we were successful in doing so.
Law enforcement from the Foreign Rescue Force, Corrections, Fire Service, Customs and Border Protection participated in the training. Gina Philippi, HTS News Force.
And in international news, Samsung Electronics has unveiled a new folding smartphone, Galaxy Fold, in a bid to deal with the fierce competition from Apple and a host of Chinese rivals. The launch of Galaxy Fold, along with the latest editions of its flagship Galaxy S series, Galaxy S10, Galaxy S10 Plus, and Galaxy S10e, to reignite consumers' interest amid slumbering sales. Will it be enough for the industry leaders to overcome a shrinking market? Al Jazeera's Kristen Solomon reports.
The next generation Samsung smartphone will also serve as a tablet.
When it's folded, it has a 4.6-inch display. It's compact and perfectly portable. But when the device opens up, your world does too.
Not surprisingly, Samsung's newest device is called the Fold, and it was unveiled with all of the fanfare you've come to expect from the world's leading smartphone maker.
But here's where things get really cool.
It goes on sale in April, but it and Samsung's new S10 and S10 Plus are being released amid faltering worldwide sales.
People have a little bit of phone fatigue. All the phones look the same, they feel the same. This new Galaxy S10 is not really going to break the mold, but we've seen some hints of things that are coming in the future that might get people really excited.
The issue, whether buying Samsung or an Apple device, is increasingly price. With the Fold costing about $2,000, Samsung will have to convince consumers that they just have to have it.
Pretty much I look for price to performance, so if the performance is there that I'm looking for, most likely I'll go for it.
I replace my phone every 3 or 4 years. I'm not within the 18 to 24-month update cycle. I'm not rich enough for that.
The global smartphone market is shrinking after years of rapid growth, with consumers waiting for the next game-changing feature and major markets like here in the United States at saturation. Still, smartphone sales are a vital part of the global economy. In 2017, smartphone sales reached nearly $460 billion. But the rising price tag for the better-known smartphones is not just an issue in the developed world.
When there's heavy headwind against the high-end smartphones. We saw that with iPhone 10. The sales were not that great. There's some macro issues as well. China is slowing down. India is okay, but Europe is slowing down.
With the release of the Fold, industry leaders seem convinced that continuing innovation and the ability to access 5G data networks in the near future will be enough to keep smartphone consumers coming back for more. Kristen Salumi, Al Jazeera, New York.
Here's the 3-day weather forecast. That's Channel 2 Headline News for this Thursday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, headlinenewsguyana.com. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast and Friday evening at 6:30 for more news. For now, I'm Bibi Baka signing out from your newscasting. Thank you for staying tuned and to have a blessed evening.